Ladies and gentlemen, welcome finally to another edition of I'll Have a Double the podcast. I don't even know what episode it is, but it is a brand new episode.
I think it's just episode 1.
This is episode 1. This is the beginning. This is a new beginning. And it's a Christmas special. So we figured it's Christmas, so we had to do a special. And for those of you that don't know, I'm Juan B.
I'm Brent Crable.
And we are here at Brick and Bones.
We got lights. We got lights.
We got lights.
And we got lights.
We got cameras.
We got everything.
And it's brought to you by the Google Pixel 8 Pro. Built-in AI. I just got this phone, by the way. So excited.
You just lost half our audience.
And for those of you that don't like it, you can suck it.
You know that they're apparently going away, or Apple, I think it's Apple, is doing away with the green, it's all blue?
So Apple is going to the same whatever as an Android. It's
operating
called
system.
RCS or something like that.
Yep.
So they're actually joining Android.
The real cool system.
So they're actually going to be on the same system as Android. So therefore, photos, videos, all the shit that
So
about.
So you're saying that from when they do this now, whenever you send me a video, it doesn't come in a millimeter,
It's not going to be stick figures.
Looking like you just gave my phone AIDS.
Yeah. Wow. No, we don't. No, that's not.
That's good.
Yes, exactly.
It's good. Good.
Yeah, it's good. And vice versa. I'm not going to be like my son. He has an Apple phone, and he sends me stuff, and I'm like, I see like dots running around the field. They don't even look like people. It looks like
it's highly pixelated.
It looks like an Atari baseball game. It's like I can't see it. I don't know what's going on right now.
I will say, because my cousin has always had a Android.
Yeah.
And he's always getting the new whatever,
Yes.
the what have you.
Yes.
The photos and we would golf and he's like, hey, take a video of me.
Yes.
And I'm looking at it like, this is incredible. This is like 3 years ahead of what Apple is.
The Google Pixel Pro camera.
Now, whenever you film a movie on this or film whatever, and you go to upload it,
Well, that's
now
what
we all
see
see
it.
now. Why is it in 720? What is this? On my phone, it looks so good.
But it's amazing on the phone.
Yeah.
It's amazing on the phone.
Episode 1, huh? We're back.
We are back, and like
Where'd
I said,
we go?
we're at Brick and Bones. What happened to us? Where did we go? What happened? That's a great question, Brent. But you know what? The first question, I want to get right into it. And I didn't tell you about this.
Oh, nice. He always tries to do this.
It's Christmas time.
Okay.
And I'm married. You know, I which means I have a wife because I'm married. And
Well, you could have a husband.
I could.
So you had to clarify.
I could. So I have a wife.
Heterosexual marriage.
If you watch all of the Lifetime movies and just all the
I
songs,
don't.
Christmas songs, they always talk about single people being sad around this time of year. So my question to you as a single man, does this season make you sad that you're not in a relationship?
No, however, I think that there have been times where you know, you could, depending on what you have going on.
Okay.
I do think that the element of family is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I have a lot of family, right? But everyone's there with their, you know, it's more of an ego thing. Like if you feel bad about like not having somebody like that, but that's also one less person I have to buy gifts for. My daughter loves it because she gets
all of it.
All of
the gifts.
She's got 3 Jordans under the tree right now.
3 Jordan shoes.
I do think there is something about waking up, you know, Christmas morning and having that. But again, though, I think if I was just single, maybe. But the fact that I have a daughter and she I think that kind of that helps.
That helps. So you think so?
I think if I was just single, nothing,
Just
waking
nobody
up,
there.
just waking up solo.
Yeah.
That might be that might be a little depressing
For Christmas.
But
then December 26th, you're fine.
Yeah, I guess.
Or just the whole holiday season, Thanksgiving, all of that. Because people always, like I said, you look at the movies. They always talk about they show the single guy or the single woman. She's always depressed because it's Christmas Eve, and I don't have anybody to be with.
Yeah, but see, you know what? I love Christmas, and Christmas is my favorite holiday. Love Christmas movies. I don't like the romantic Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I like are like the family-oriented stuff.
Yes.
So as long as you have the family, like you're good.
Right.
Like,
family. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not like
Not the falling in love on Christmas.
I don't want to
stuff.
wake up in another city with just the girl that I'm with and have. I don't want that. I want the want the family. I want fucking Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern to be breaking into my house. I want that. I want.
You
want
to be
Christmas.
Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Christmas is more of like a family thing.
Family thing.
No, it would be nice to have a girl with whatever.
Right.
It's more of a family
so
thing.
So you don't
for me.
associate that with like being in a relationship or being with
a
girl. You look at it being with your family.
Because I think I still associate Christmas with being a kid.
Right.
And just the magic of Christmas
Santa Claus,
and the
kid
lights
stuff.
and all that.
Toys.
Even though we fucking all know it's not real. But again, it's just.
Wait, whoa. Hang on there. Pause. Santa is very real.
My bad. Juan still has an elf on the shelf.
Really here. I just found out what the hell that was like 2 weeks ago.
Shut the. What?
No, black people don't do elves on shelves. We don't do that. No.
Why?
It's not something we do. Nothing's going to be on the shelf. Definitely going to be an elf. No, we never did that.
So that's funny. I tried to do that with my daughter years ago.
Not falling for the elf on the shelf.
Yeah, and she was like, why? She was like this. She goes, I don't even believe in Santa. You can't hit that many houses in one night. And on top of that, we live in an apartment. Like, there's no chimney.
I've always wanted to know, how did he get into the apartments without a fireplace?
How does he get? So black people don't do elf on the shelf. What do y'all do?
I just found out what it was 2 weeks ago.
What do y'all do?
Is this Santa Claus? This is Santa. Santa don't do the elf on the shelf. I literally just found out what that was 2 weeks ago. And the shelf has to move every night or something like that? Like the elf, you got to get up and move the
elf?
Yeah,
you have to move it.
Because if not, the kid's going to freak out.
As soon as the kid's like, what happened? Yeah. This the worst bit ever. Like, why? Whoever created this? Genius for money, but also you just created so much more. What if the parent like has a little bit too much Moscato that night, forgets, and now the kid wakes up screaming. The elf is still in the same place.
I know some parents that drink tequila. They don't have to drink Moscato.
I'm just saying. But I have a question though. In the community, is Santa black or white?
That's a great question, Brett. Santa is whatever race
you want it to be.
You are. So I had a lot of Mexican, people in the family, people that lived in our neighborhoods, and
actually, it makes more sense that Santa would be Mexican. It makes more sense that he would be Hispanic.
Because he works so hard?
No, well, yeah, but he has so many young kids working for him. It just makes more sense. Like they're just constantly grinding.
This episode of I'll Have a W is brought to you by.
I just don't see. I don't like. First of all,
there's no way a white guy would have that many people working.
No. Oh, absolutely. I didn't want to go there, but I just don't, because black people don't love the cold like that. The North Pole is.
There are some black people in Wisconsin though, and I don't know why they're doing it up there.
Yeah, but they're most certainly cold.
Yes.
And I just, it just doesn't. That doesn't check out. Like that doesn't check out as much.
Yes.
Only a white person would be like, yeah, I'm gonna live in the fucking North Pole. That's what white people do.
That's definitely a white man thing. But we had to, introduce the black Santa because if the kids wake up in the morning,
Blanta,
and they see, a guy with gifts, they want to make sure it's a black dude. They see a white dude in the house, they don't think it's the cops. So
very true.
Yeah.
Well, so when you go to the mall and there's Santa.
Well, see, we got to explain a long time ago that was not Santa.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't know.
So
at no point did we ever believe that was Santa at the Galleria Mall or North Park Mall. I went to North Park Mall. We didn't go to or Redbird Mall back at the time, back in the day, long time ago.
I feel like Redbird. That would have been a perfect opportunity to have a black Santa at Redbird Mall for sure.
Yeah, it was. Back in my day, it was a white guy.
And so y'all, and you were just like that. This is for white people.
He was like, instead of doing the letters to Santa, you would go talk to this guy, and this guy would send the message to Santa. So he was just a representative. That's all. And that was explained to me because I had questions. I was like, wait a minute, why is Santa here? Why is he at Redbird? Why is he off Camp Wisdom? What's he doing over here? So and he's here every weekend. So I'm like,
Yeah.
like, oh, well, he's just a representative.
You know how far the North Pole is from fucking Camp Wisdom? What the hell?
Whatever.
How the hell? Like, what? Every weekend?
I'm going to Google how far is the North Pole from Camp Wisdom. I'm going to see what Google says. Hey, Google, how far is the North Pole from Camp Wisdom Road?
I just used ChatGPT, and it's saying it's 3,600 miles.
It says route not found.
3,600 miles from the North Pole to Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, sure. Yeah.
Well, that's where Camp Wisdom is.
No, Camp Wisdom is right in front of Redbird. It's in Dallas.
Oh,
bro.
I was thinking of Camp Bowie.
No, yeah, we're talking.
Whatever, same thing. 3645. Okay,
Yes.
Either way, that's so.
Add another 30 miles to it.
You know how far that is?
I don't.
That is.
I don't
that
know.
you're not going there weekly.
No. But back to the original question, we were talking about the lonely thing. So, do you think that's a myth? Do you think there's probably single people in this bar. Do you think that some of them are feeling a little depressed because they're not in a relationship during the holidays? And we can ask them later too.
Well, I don't think it's.
Is it a real thing?
I don't think it's Christmas. I think that the cold, like winter. First of all, you have to look at it from a holistic standpoint of winter. It gets dark early. It's cold. You're inside more.
Yeah.
So a little bit more. It's cuffing season, right?
Yeah, cuffing season. Yep.
So that's the time you'd rather have somebody there. Summer's when everyone's like, I don't need no relationship.
It's time to take everything off.
I
and
think
go
just in
for it.
general,
Yeah.
I think in general depression is up no matter what. Just in general, cold and dark,
Inside more.
and I think that people would want somebody to be around, not necessarily just for Christmas. But again, I think from my standpoint, unless it's like someone I really like I think that would just almost be a hindrance. Like Christmas to me is like this. It's a tradition. It's family. It's all this that
Right.
I don't want to just have somebody for the sake of having somebody
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'd rather be by myself and enjoy Christmas than just have somebody just to have somebody.
So being a single guy, you have other single guy friends. Like, do any of them share like how they feel during this time of year, or do you think that everyone's kind of like you, like they just like it's whatever? They didn't even like talk about like on the golf course. They go, I wish I had someone to sit under the tree.
I think that most of them, and first of all, I don't have a ton of single friends anymore. I mean, it seems like everybody.
We got a few.
Yeah, I got a few, but I think they're always with family.
Okay, so
they're always with They're always with their family. They're and if their family doesn't live here, they're there.
Yeah.
Or if their family lives in, Harden was just here.
Right.
He's not even single, but he would be in Grapevine, right? Like so, like I think you're with your family.
Well, it's funny because like once again, you go by like movies and things like that.
First of all, you said Lifetime movies.
Well, just
these movies,
all of the holiday Hulu, all those whack ass movies that you see on Netflix during this time of year, they always like surround. And well, actually, a lot of times they kind of follow the woman, and she's usually the one that's kind of like the one that's like she don't want to be around the family because the auntie is gonna ask her when you gonna get married, when you gonna have kids. So maybe it's more of a female thing. We don't have a female with us, but maybe it's more of a female thing that they feel a certain type of way during the holiday season versus the guy.
I think it might be a little bit more of that, like more of this pressure of like, are you dating anybody? And it's like almost this like, I don't really want to be single around my family because they're going to be asking what's going on. Mm-hmm. That's where you're like, I wish I was just with someone that we could be somewhere else. But that's a kind of that's a whole different argument, right? That's a whole different thing. I don't know. I again, my favorite Christmas movies are not like love story Christmas movies. Die Hard, yes. Night Before, Home Alone,
Beef Street,
Christmas Vacation, Jingle All the Way. You say Beef Street?
I did say Beef Street.
But again, like these aren't like love stories. Like these are the Christmas isn't a fucking. It's not Valentine's Day.
Right. Yeah.
Christmas is about, it's like...
It's about love, but it's not about love.
It's about family.
Yeah. It's LOVE. It's not about LUV.
Yeah, so, no, I'm shooting this one down. I wish that we had a girl on the pod. We could have asked her, but I think from my perspective, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Well, next Christmas we're gonna have some females on the show, and then we're gonna ask them like, is that a real thing? I'm gonna, and I should have asked before the podcast. I didn't think about it until today about that question. I just wonder.
I think it also adds more pressure because like, what if it's like a newer relationship? Now you're like worried about
how new we were talking. We're like
what
couple
kind of
months.
Well, I don't know, but just like what's the like gift level? What's the like what? How?
So if let's say y'all met in August and started kind of dating in September and October, so it's official Halloween. You guys are like,
yeah. Now you're gonna be worried about
that. That is, and we talked about this on the pod before. Like, is there a level of like too much? Not enough.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's the fucking Lexus commercials where they takes her outside and he's got a new car. Yeah,
Lexus.
Yeah.
I didn't go quite that far, but I will say to this day, my wife, and we've been married for a couple years. We were together.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah. It'll be almost 4. It'll be 4 years in February.
4? Yeah. Damn, it has been.
I know, it's crazy.
Shit.
Well, 2020, they wiped out everything. Nobody remembers anything.
Yeah.
So 4 years going in February, and then we were together for 4 or 5 years before that. I will say the first year we were together, even though we make more money now than we did then, I would say I think we both spent more money on the first year.
Oh, always.
On each other on Christmas than we did 8 years later.
Yeah, because now you're like, look, just give me stuff maybe something I want or need.
Right.
But like, don't go crazy. Like, let's save that for.
Well, it's our money,
yeah,
so it's like, whoa.
Let's save that for a business venture or a trip.
We got
or
a house
something.
to pay. We got a house to pay for.
Yeah. Let's
do
we
that.
don't need. I don't need.
Yeah.
I don't need all that.
Yeah,
but at that first one,
we went.
You feel that pressure.
Balls.
I think that maybe that's why some people maybe try to be single for Christmas, so they.
But here's the thing.
I'm too broke to be in a relationship for Christmas.
I didn't feel like it was pressure. I just wanted to buy more stuff.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
you liked her.
And then she wanted to buy more stuff. Like, Christmas exchanges usually last about 10 minutes. That's about 10. Like, it's so funny.
You say exchange or sex?
Both.
Oh.
Depends on how good the exchange was, how long the sex was. But
they're both exchanges of some sort.
As I digress.
Yeah.
Usually, you go through that whole month or 2 months if you're really being efficient. You start buying gifts in November, but you do all of this. You get get all of them stacked all over the tree and stuff. We're only talking about maybe 10 minutes of exchanging. You try to move slow to keep it going. But
again, it still sounds like you're talking about sex.
Both.
I don't know why.
Gift exchange and sex is pretty much the same thing.
It's like the same.
You start out slow.
Yeah.
You take the bow off slowly.
And you want to do well with the presentation.
Yes, it's all about presentation.
Yeah.
You don't just go right in and just start
you slow roll it.
Slow roll it,
and then there's moments of some chaos and tearing and ripping.
Awkwardness. You can't get the bow off.
And it goes slow
it's
again.
Like the bra.
Opening.
You can't get the bra off. That kind of stuff. So it's the same thing. And so it usually, like I said, about 10 minutes. That year, man, we were opening up gifts for that lasted like 2 hours. We stopped and had dinner and then came back like, I got another gift for you. I got another gift for you.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, it was silly. Like, I have to keep going back to my car and bringing stuff because I didn't bring it all in at once.
So you guys basically had a Lifetime movie Christmas.
It was.
Is this why you asked me the question? Is this what it
Probably
was?
So. Maybe I'm motivated by the Lifetime movies.
Juan's a hopeless romantic.
I am. I say my wife is, and
I think you both are.
Huh?
I think you both are.
You know what? That's probably what makes us work. I think maybe so.
That's
both,
true.
And she loves Christmas.
Same.
Love Christmas.
Same.
We got multiple trees in the house because she
loves
Christmas.
it so much that she threw a Christmas ugly sweater party last Sunday during the biggest Cowboys game of the year.
To her defense,
when she planned it, she had no idea.
To her defense, she thought she was being smart and go, okay, we're going to do it on Sunday. We're going to do it on Sunday night because the Cowboys usually play at 3 o'clock. She thought
No,
she
I
had it
I
figured out.
Absolutely.
No, she didn't ask me. She talked to her friends, and I'm pretty sure they said, "Yeah, great idea."
The Cowboys play on Saturdays.
They play on Tuesdays. Great. So
Who cares? They suck.
So she thought that it was perfect. She was excited. She was like, "We're gonna do it on Sunday." And I said, "Sunday?" And she's like, "No, it's at 7:00." I was like, "What day?" I looked. I was like, "Please, please, please, please. You gotta be fucking kidding me." I was like, "Oof."
So.
I was like, okay.
So.
She was like, "You good?" Yeah, that's fine. Yep,
See, this is why you're a good husband, though.
we did it again.
This is why you're a good husband,
Yep.
because you didn't push back.
No,
You did the
perfect.
right thing. You did the right
7
thing.
o'clock.
You did the right thing.
Hey,
I remember where I was. This is like almost. This must be like what people felt like when Kennedy got shot. I remember where I was and what time it was when I got that text of 7 p.m. Sunday night,
Kennedy
and
got
I was,
shot.
and I was like, I gasped.
Same thing.
I gasped. I was like
exactly the same thing.
and I had this, and I
November
and I had
22nd.
this, yeah,
Same thing.
yeah, 11:59, and I had this thing typed out. I was like, I think I was like, this. You know how I know you hate sports or don't like sports? Then I was like, she doesn't, not that she hates, she just doesn't care. And then I was like, I told her, I was like, look, I think I'm going to the game, but if I
Yeah.
don't, I will try. And the more. This was also before, I think this was before, like, the matchup was even better. And it was just like, I can't think of anything. All I could think about that day was that game. I don't know how you did it.
Well, I got a question for you.
And I don't even want.
Who invited you?
Heidi.
And you know why?
Because you knew?
I knew.
You knew.
I knew. And we know now. We got guests coming right now.
Oh, nice.
And we got. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh.
We do need
Oh, that looks amazing.
So we are Brick and Bones.
Yes, we are here live at Brick and Bones, and they are bringing out some of their specialties.
Oh, yes. They're bringing
And
out the
it just
best,
keep-
too.
it
They're
just
bringing out
keeps
the
coming.
fucking best. They're bringing out the
It
best.
just keeps coming. We need Collin over here though. I want to talk. I want to talk to
We do.
Collin.
He's got some. We got some
Yeah.
shots.
And he's bringing shots.
Let's go.
What? Oh my God! It is shot o'clock.
We got the
Here
Iceman
we go.
coming. This guy is iced out. I like it.
This is perfect. Collin, the GM here at Brick and Bones.
Resident star tender.
Resident star tender. We get a cheers to
Cheers.
double cheers to you,
Cheers.
Collin.
We don't even know what it is. We just
Cheers to
take
Brick
it.
and
We
Bones.
just take
We're
it.
just gonna take it.
That's our famous house shot. It's called a love nectar. It is a mezcal, fresh lime juice, and a jalapeno simple syrup.
That's great. That
Nice and easy.
I would just drink that.
I was scared because I said, "Oh boy, what is this?" We've been drinking tequila, so the last thing I was hoping, I was like, "Please don't bring vodka. Please don't bring vodka," because I
That it was a lemon drop.
mezcal. I always call mezcal is like the loud uncle of tequila.
Yeah. It's the grumpy older brother of tequila.
Yeah, mezcal is the I feel like what Scotch is to bourbon is mezcal is to tequila, right?
Yeah. It has that smokier profile.
Yeah, and it's that
a little
raspy that uncle that's been smoking for 80 years, and it just you feel it, but it's good. It's good. It hits you right here though. Hits you right in the chest. That was good. It has some little jalapeno in it.
It's a jalapeno simple syrup. Yeah. We do a
Fuck,
house
dude.
infusion.
God damn, that was good.
So tell me what we have here, starting from left to right.
So this is our glorious re-debut of the deviled eggs. So the deviled eggs are soaked in beet juice, which gives it that lustrous purple color, with a pimento and cheese egg filling and a little bit of our smoked paprika dust on top. And there's also underneath there's a little surprise of a bit of a crispy chicken skin, so you get a crunch on the underneath side of things.
I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah.
When we hear a little surprise, it's 2023. Things.
Next,
I don't know.
well, segue. This is our naked chicken,
There we go.
which means it is our 24-hour brined bone-in chicken that is fried without breading. And it comes with a side of tortillas and some salsa verde. So you kind of pull it, make little tacos out of it, or just get in there naked.
I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in. I mean, there's only one way to go into a taco is naked.
Exactly.
Right.
It's hot and naked. This is our most popular side, being the habanero bacon mac and cheese.
Fire. Always my go-to. Always.
Absolutely. There's habaneros blended into a bechamel-style cheese
So
sauce on a rigatoni noodle, topped with bacon and all the goodness.
What's is that the mashed potato? What is that?
This is our sautéed green beans. So
Nice.
they're green beans that are tossed with a reduced beer onion and a little bit of butter and salt, topped with spiced pepitos, being like the spiced pumpkins.
Yeah.
Nice
And then
little sleeper hit amongst our sides.
is this the sexy chicken?
This is our bread and butter bone-in breaded fried chicken.
Gotcha.
So it is, like I said, legs and thighs and a 24-hour wet brine. It has like 27 ingredients. Secret, of course. Then breaded, fried to perfection, served with cilantro, lime, and radish. So it's a Mexican-inspired fried chicken. That's
For
our
sure.
whole concept.
Love legs and thighs. Y'all have this. You have the naked and then the sexy.
Sexy is both hot and naked, so
That's
it's fried
okay.
without breading.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
Yeah, because if you're hot and you're sexy,
You gotta get naked. No,
Brent, what is your go-to when you come here?
so forever it would be. I think when I first started coming, because you guys have been open for what, like?
It's been 8 years.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember I've lived down in Deep Ellum for 9 years, I guess now. I remember when you guys opened, and I would go back and forth between sexy and naked, only because I couldn't remember which one was naked, and but it would always be one of those two with the mac and cheese, and I would always get the I would go double starch because I don't give a fuck. I would do the mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes are fire. But it was like 2 years ago, maybe 3, somebody turned me onto the bowl.
Yes.
And the bowl is like all of it in one.
A little bit of everything. It's like mashed potatoes, corn, chicken, cheese, jalapeno,
And,
gravy. It's the ultimate for the person who doesn't know quite what they want.
Yeah,
It's everything.
it is, dude. The bowl is like really like if you come in, you're like I kind of want it. Just get the fucking bowl, and it's a banger, man. Like, dude, you guys, the what I love about this place is that the menu I feel like hasn't really changed.
Yeah. We keep the philosophy of keep it simple, do it right. So like we have a small menu. It's
Perfect.
1 page. Doesn't need to be any more than that.
And it's always, dude, it's so good. The food here is always good. It's a great, cozy vibe. You always have a game on or whatever. The bartenders are always dope. The drinks are good. And it's a staple, and it's lasted. If you can last in Deep Ellum for 8 years,
Yeah. That's
you're
an
doing
accomplishment, you
you're
know?
doing something right.
Yeah, especially with the neighborhood evolving and changing as much as it
For
has.
sure.
Like we want to be that mom and pop shop that survives. Whereas like no hard feelings with the corporate bars coming in, but like the soul of Deep Ellum has always been that neighborhood of
For sure.
creatives and
Yeah.
artists and musicians, and like it has that like very small town vibe even in a big city.
Yeah, and I feel like this is the place that like the service industry people will come before or after work and grab a drink and grab some food, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like all the
That's
time.
I mean, we specifically serve food till 2 a.m. for our service industry friends. I mean, they come here for that reason.
That's what I was going to ask you. How late do you stay open? How late could I come in here and get this?
I mean, you can come in at 1:59 and order, and we're serving you food.
Shut up.
Yeah, we take care of our people.
It's incredible. That is incredible. I'm telling you, man. Brick and Bone, like, it's so good that I feel bad about this, but I have Uber Eats some Brick and Bones to my place right down the road, but I could have walked
literally
in
right down the road.
because it's so good. And I feel bad about it, but I'm like, it's just so good. Like, you're not going to get, Hattie B's is cool. I've had it, whatever. It's great. There's some other Lucky's is cool, but none of those places like have the unique flavor and just feel of this place. And I want to support it, right?
Yeah, and what's really cool, especially like even like you're talking about Uber Eats, like we've actually built regulars from that whole philosophy. Like the people will give you like, oh, like I've just been ordering your food on Uber and I came to check it out. And it's
You had
a
no
chill
idea it was so
spot.
dope, right?
Yeah, and like then they come in and then they become a regular because they didn't know there was like, oh, they actually have like a solid cocktail program and
Dude.
like we're a chill escape from the rest of the craziness of the neighborhood. And like it's a fun kind of thing to see that evolve.
Talk about the vibe here. Tell me about the vibe.
Oh, we keep it cool, dark, and sexy all the time. I mean, that is our whole thing. Like, I mean,
Damn. Is that a TLC album?
yeah, I believe so. But I mean, we want to have the environment where like the music and the vibe is just right, but you can still talk to the person next to you and have a good conversation. And exactly, and like we like to have that environment, and it's cozy. Like I mean, especially like during the winter, you come in, like you gotta feel like you're at somebody's house having a nice dinner. Like
For sure.
That's our whole philosophy.
It's like if like double wide served food.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, also love that bar. But
right.
yeah, same kind of homey environment. Like,
exactly.
Like, I mean,
and
the way I was trained out of bartending was like treat it like a house party. Everybody there's your guest. You got to make them feel like they're having a good time.
Any other bars or restaurants you want to name, Brent, while we're here at Brick and Bones?
Well, I'm naming places around. I'm naming places around Deep Ellum that make these are places that
with culture and good food. And
well, what I did say is this place is better than all of the chicken places around. All of them. It crushes everything.
We were
if
kind
you
of the first
like,
down here.
they were the first. If you like fried chicken, if you like home, like that kind of home style meal, this is the best place without the vibe. But add the vibe in. Now it's just like not even. It's second to none for sure. But talk to me about the corner over there, that little stage area. You guys used to have like.
That was for live music.
Yeah.
But now we've kind of converted into more of a to-go station because I mean, our shift being heavily sitting out Uber Eats. We have a station over there specifically for the Uber Eats tablet and staging food so it stays hot and ready for the drivers to pick up. I mean, we're playing with the idea of trying to maybe get live music back, but the logistics of that are kind of.
Yeah, I don't think it loses. I just remember there being like an acoustic thing or like whatever going on over there. Then you guys did that, which I think everyone kind of had to shift to that around whatever.
Yeah, COVID affected everybody. I mean, at one point we were just a to-go window.
Right.
I was here during those times, just sweating in the corner.
For sure.
Going to go.
For sure. And you guys have stayed with it, and it's
Yeah.
not hindered anything. It's been
part
great.
of the business now. I mean, COVID taught us all that we either have to adapt or die. So that's part of it.
Damn.
You guys survived.
Hey, thankfully.
So
This is
tell
the
me-
Tina Turner of fried chicken.
Okay. I will survive. Is that what you're trying to go with?
Yeah,
that was not Tina Turner though.
Oh,
Rolling in the river.
Respect.
my bad. That was okay. It's fine. We'll move on.
We'll move on. So Deep Ellum, you guys came here 2016? 2016. Tell me the good, the bad, the ugly of what has transpired over the last 8 years here in Deep Ellum.
I mean, the neighborhood historically has always kind of been evolving. I mean, like, even dating back to, like, the 20s when it was speakeasies and jazz clubs. So, I mean, it's always been a musically driven neighborhood. And that heart of it still has stayed. And it's just, I mean, the environment changes, but that soul's still kind of there. And from the beginning, like, I mean, that was when this neighborhood was booming and, like, everywhere was packed every weekend. Like, you couldn't even walk down the streets, and it was crazy. And then the pandemic happened. And, like, like I said, everyone had to adapt and improvise, Bear Grylls it. And then and then post-pandemic, like, we had to kind of, like, reevaluate and figure out how we're going to make this business model work in the process. And a lot of it was, like, shifting some focus to to-goes, but also keeping the soul of the business still here. And, like, I mean, unfortunately, with some, fallen comrades like Wits End and Anvil and all that, like, we had to be like, okay, like, what is happening there that isn't happening here, and how can we learn from that? And, like, we've done that. And the neighborhood is still such a tightly knit community that it is. I mean, it's an incredible place to work. I mean, I've worked all over and never felt such a community in the neighborhood. So, like, I think that's what's kept it going for the most part, especially like in the lower, like in like the Elm main commerce streets, as opposed to like the Good Latimer side, where it's like they've shifted directions over there, but this still feels like home.
They feel this is the heart of Deep
Talking
Ellum.
about Vice City.
What up?
Vice City over there.
Oh yeah. There's that whole. I mean, no bad love to them. Hey, they're bringing people to the neighborhood, so it's like
sure.
if people go to the clubs and they get hungry, where do they come? Like, if they put butts in chairs here, I'm happy. Like,
So have your hours always been this way when you guys open? Have you always have been there like evening time going to 2 a.m. or did you guys start like afternoon and then work that way? Did you guys ever adapt to that? Or?
no, historically, we've always been the 6 to 2 kind of joint. We were closed on Mondays for a while. We opened that up just because we saw a need in the neighborhood. People are hungry on Mondays, turns out. So we're 7 days a week, 6 to 2. For a brief moment, we played around with doing brunch, but like the heart and soul of this place is the late night. I mean, because like after midnight and when all the other bars close and all the restaurants close, like all of our friends show up. I love looking up and seeing like I can name everyone at the bar and what they drink, and like they come here so that we feed them and drink them. Oh yeah, dig in.
You want me to get some chicken? Sure.
This is the naked.
That is the naked.
Yeah.
This is the naked, and you got the sexy.
No, I got the just
The breaded bone in.
the breaded. What's chicken got to do with it by Gloria Gaynor?
That's the, okay. I'm gonna try it. I like to try it by itself, and then I'm gonna add something to it. Here you go, Brent. Cheers.
It's so good. I always get kind of mixed up when I come here. It's like, do I want to just eat it like chicken, or do I want to tear it apart and do the whole taco thing? You know, it's because you can do either.
You know how a lot of fried chicken where the flavor is kind of sitting on top, and then you bite into the chicken,
And it's gone
it's just chicken. The flavor goes all the way through.
all the way to the bottom, huh?
All the way through.
That's that 24-hour wet fry.
That,
That's where the love goes.
and just to say, this is the first fried chicken I've had in about 5 years.
What?
I haven't had fried chicken in about 5 years. I've had some chicken here and there, but fried chicken, like breaded, this is the first time.
But that's not breaded though.
Well, I mean, it's crispy. Yeah.
It is fried.
Yeah.
Is that why you gave me the actual breaded? You can't have
No,
this.
I was just grabbing the first one to have.
Are you
but-
gonna have an incident later?
No,
is this gonna
is
be
great.
bad?
There's not gonna be any incident. This is well.
Low carb.
Well, I went vegetarian for a while, and then I've been getting chicken back into my diet, and so I've been having chicken, but I haven't had fried. I've never gone like fried chicken. Yeah, this is getting back into the real thing here, and I'm happy to be here. I am very happy to be here.
I'm telling you, man, Brick and Bones is.
This is, I will say, it's probably the best fried chicken I've had, and I'm just saying that.
I love the fact that we're doing this here, mainly because I love the fact that we're doing it at a place that I actually like. That I would come here regardless. I'm just come here. I love it. I try not to come here too much because I know I'll get that. I'll get mashed potatoes. If I do it all the time,
He's into his fitness, so you know.
trying to be. And I'll give me some shot. You know, it's whatever. But every time it's like, damn, dude, Brick and Bones. And then when I found out about that fucking bowl,
Well, yeah.
that fucking bowl, man, that's what you should call it. That fucking bowl.
fucking bowl.
That's what it is. Uber wouldn't let you do it.
They made us censor sexy chicken on there.
Well,
Yeah.
You can't call it sexy chicken?
No, you can't call it sexy chicken. We had to like modify the name.
Attractive chicken?
Yeah.
no.
we, like,
So you're gonna name this "What's Chicken Got to Do with It" by Gloria Gaynor. I brought it back. I brought it back.
That's talent right there. That's called
I brought it back.
We had to do the name. We had to do it. We spell it phonetically. So if you read it, it still says sexy, but it's not sex. Like,
Well, shout out to Anton, first of all, for actually bringing us here. When he said Brick and Bones, Brent was on the phone and his eyes like lit up like, yes, Brick and Bones, yes, done.
I would have said, if we would have done it somewhere else and he said Brick and Bones after, I would have said yes, same. But
Yeah.
if we would do it there,
Yeah.
even better. I live in Deep Ellum. I've lived here for 8 years, 9 years actually. I love this place, man. It's awesome. And like things have changed around. It's kind of a bummer what happened. Like that was a staple next door, right? And you know this is here, that whatever. But I love that this place has lasted. You know, it's awesome. Because you're always worried about that. Like it's war of attrition in Dallas, and especially in Deep Ellum when you got corporate bars coming in, like you said, who just want to bring in people from wherever. I think Brick and Bones doesn't care, but this is a true neighborhood vibe of a place of like, if you live around here, you come here, you're always welcome. It's cool, it's chill, it's never. It's this all the time.
Yeah.
It's this. Great
Kind of look at
food,
ourselves as,
great
like-
people. It's awesome.
Yeah, we look at it kind of like, I mean, like, we're a service to the community of Deep Ellum. Like, even, like, during, like, the snowstorms of, like, last year. Like, we had power, we had food, we were open. Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
for,
incredible.
like, 3 days when everything else was closed and everything was shut down, we were here every day. Like, because nobody else had power or food, so, like, no, it's our duty to, you know, we got to feed the people. And, like, we were here every day, and, like, even, like, ridiculous things were happening in the neighborhood. Like, somebody was pulling a sled around with a truck and, like, doing
I
like,
remember
a
that.
Deep Ellum bobsled.
I remember
team.
that.
Yeah. So it's like we had the best time of it. It's like
Has anyone tried to get you guys to replicate this anywhere else?
I mean, we've entertained the idea. I mean, obviously the goal was always like, you know, grow. But
Right.
I mean, it's just examining the landscape of Dallas as a whole and figuring out where it actually makes sense, or even outside of there. I mean, it's always.
Personally, I hope that you guys don't. I hope it just is this.
I mean,
the
we
one
love having this be home base,
dude. The one location. It's like wanting Chick-fil-A on a fucking Sunday. You know, like you want this. I wish this was in Addison. No, the fact that it's here, you can only come here. If you want it, you have to come here. It's a destination.
And like even our old regulars that used to live in the neighborhood that moved away still make a point like, oh, we're going downtown, like we gotta make a pit stop and like come say come say hey and have a shot and like give a high five and leave. It's like no, it's always gonna be that home base.
So do you know like what is the origin of the name of the restaurant Brick and Bones? Like what is the origin of that?
I mean, it's a historic building. I mean, I believe it was 1912 that it was built, and I mean, a lot of it had to do with the fact that it has all the old brick, and like, I mean,
it's got the old bones.
Yeah, a lot of chicken bones as well. So I mean, it's a riff off of that as well. But I mean, like our brick is so old here that it's turning back into sand. So it's like, it's kind of embracing the history and heritage of the neighborhood.
Damn.
And so
It's kind of old.
you see where you guys started, where Deep Ellum was. You see where Deep Ellum is now. Where do you think Deep Ellum is going? Like, what direction do you think Deep Ellum is going right now? Because you got a lot of people that, you know, especially from the suburbs, they go, oh, I ain't going down Deep Ellum. I don't want to do that. Where do you think Deep Ellum is going?
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that phrase.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say just from my personal experience that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that camera.
Well, yeah.
Look at that camera right there. And tell them why they should.
Yeah, I mean, perception is not reality. There were times that it got a little rough, but now it is definitely on an upswing. I mean, it's the safety on the streets has gone up. Like we have our own police beat. Like there's so many things that are moving in a positive direction that I believe that, like, you know, even with the new blood coming into the neighborhood, if it brings people, that's a positive thing for everybody. Like I want the college kids to come discover the neighborhood. I want them to see all the life and soul that's down here, and like we've built our old regulars that still come back, but like, I mean, it still has a lot of room to grow. Like we're at a point where like, yeah, there are some like closures around us, but hey, give somebody else a chance to come in and bring new life. I mean, that's what I look at it as a positive thing. Like it can only go up. That's kind of my idea of it.
How do you feel about, or I guess how do you guys feel about if they were to like Friday, Saturday, maybe not Friday and Saturday, shut down Elm Street and just just walking, so you're not getting the. Yeah. Is that something that you guys would prefer, or?
I mean, it has its positives and negatives. I've found that, like at least in the last 3 years, when they did shut down the streets, it didn't really affect like incidences in the neighborhood as much as like in the last year they gave us like our own police beat. Like we have our own we have our own dedicated officers for the neighborhood, and that actually made a bigger difference in shutting the streets down.
Okay.
And so like having our own beat here, and like I mean I know the officers personally, and like they come in and they get dinner here, and like they're part of the community, and I think that actually made a bigger difference than shutting the streets down. I mean, it affected us in the way that, like, you know, we're kind of in the middle of the block, and like if you have to get picked up on Good Latimer or Malcolm X, we're kind of dead in the middle. So,
yeah.
Like, if you had to get dropped off, that's like we're the furthest walk from either direction. So I mean, that was the foot traffic was the main hindrance, but I mean ultimately, like I mean the streets have been open now, and they're actually they do close them down traffic depending, but it's they have a much more moderate like view and execution of it now.
What's the most famous person that you've seen come in here in your 3 years?
In here?
Give us the top few.
Obviously, besides Anton.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and we've had a couple like former NFL players come in here as well. I mean, as far as like big names, nothing notable in the last year or two. But I mean, a lot of athletes is more the most of what we've seen. Like,
I mean, hey, that's still big.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, we need to get Luka in here. Well, actually, we don't need to get Luka in here, but yeah, we don't need to get Luka in here. In fact, don't serve him.
Okay.
That's if he does. Make him eat the
we
naked.
want to slow him down.
All right, final question. This is Christmas. We've been talking about Christmas traditions, things like that. What is your favorite Christmas moment?
My favorite Christmas moment? Okay, I mean, this is kind of a weird, specific one. My family's Scandinavian, like my mother's from Denmark. So we actually it's a weird old pagan tradition where we bring the Christmas tree in the middle of the room and we hold hands and sing songs in Danish walking around it, like old Yule style. Yeah. So and yeah, we have wicker goats everywhere. It's like we go like full pagan Christmas.
Goats?
Yeah, yeah. In Nordic tradition, Thor's chariot was pulled by goats, and he would leave toys in your shoes. That's where.
Dude,
the
I'm telling you,
dogs-
Christmas in like the Nordic, like it is.
They go wild.
It is way, way, way more intense than it is here.
Oh yeah.
And again, like, because he asked me this earlier about like being single and like what is it, and I always Christmas to me is like more of a family thing. And that's not even from a Nordic country,
Yeah.
but like that is straight family. It's just straight up like it's like a 2-week thing, right?
Oh
For you
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
It's like
Yule is the whole thing. Yeah, it's a couple weeks and like yeah, there's different traditions of that you do and like even the way we decorate trees is different. Like we weave these little paper hearts that you hang on the tree and you fill them with candies and stuff. Like it. So you ever need a snack, you just go over to the tree and like get a Snickers bar.
I think next year we need to do this in Finland or Norway, Denmark, anywhere.
Oh yeah. You eat some reindeer.
Iceland, wherever.
Did you say eat reindeer?
Yeah, they eat reindeer up there. It's delicious.
Have you never had deer jerky?
Okay, you guys are ruining Christmas for me now.
Oh my
Well,
God! You just ate
They don't
chicken.
eat the reindeer.
You just ate
They
chicken.
don't eat the reindeer.
That
Come on.
that
That has nothing to do with reindeer.
that might have been Rudolph
That- no,
of
no,
chickens.
That's absolutely not Rudolph.
They have red
I am
beaks. They have
100%
red
sure
beaks.
That's not Rudolph. Nope.
Could have been.
Nope, nope.
You never know.
Colin, hey, thank you for much, man. This has been
Thanks,
awesome,
Colin.
man. Thank you.
You've
so
been
much.
awesome, man.
Yes.
I appreciate
We'll be
it.
back. We will definitely be back.
Hey,
I sure appreciate it.
I'll do either another one of these or one of like whatever that one. That'd surprise me, man. Thank you. I love it. I love it.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
So you've eaten here before, right?
Man, I once with you guys a long time ago. It was definitely
Dude,
before
this-
it was pre-COVID.
Dude, this place is a banger. It always has been.
Yeah.
And I was worried, through COVID and shit, I was worried that like we might lose this place.
I didn't know it was still here.
It's always been fire, man. It's always been good. It's on Elm, which is good, I think, for people out there that don't come down to Deep Ellum that much, because Elm does kind of have the most going on. Main Street's kind of picked up a little bit, but the fact that you can go bar hop, and then you're hungry and you don't want to eat like wing bucket, you want some actual real food, you can pop in here and dude, I'm telling like that mac and cheese is fire. That everything they have on the menu is just good, and on top of that, like everyone that works here is cool. Like they're never like
They
dicks
want
to you.
to be here.
Yeah.
And we talked about this before on a previous podcast about customer service and people not giving a shit. Like everybody here, when we walked in, they didn't know who we were when we walked in here.
But they were so nice.
And the bartender was like, hey, sit wherever you want. We were like, well, we're here for a podcast. They didn't know. The camera stuff was already set here. They didn't know that was us. But they were like, hey, guys, come on in. Have a seat where you want to sit. That's hard to find these days. And like you said, everybody that's been here, all they do is like welcoming us. They're like wanting us to make sure that we're okay.
It seems like it might start from, we got to give him a shout out, the owner, Cliff.
Shout out to Cliff.
He was very accommodating to us, came and sat with us, very cool. He just didn't want to be on camera. But again, that's hard to find these days. You get people that want to open a bar for other reasons.
Right.
And it seemed like they wanted to open this place and have a great food concept, great bar. Again, be kind of the place for service industry people when they get off or they get cut early to come over here, have a shot, have some food. The prices are very reasonable
Very
here.
reasonable, yes.
And the vibe is very good. And I think that when you have that from the management top down, you're going to have a great product because the guy that runs it is here, cares about it, loves it. People know him. It's not just somebody from out of town trying to do a money grab.
Yeah.
And I think that, again, like what he was saying about Deep Ellum, that is the fabric of Deep Ellum for the most part, or at least was. And the places that are still around have that fabric of this is who we are, and you know who we are, and you come here and you have the same experience every time.
Yeah. We can't let the bad guys win. And
No.
I think for a while, due to the, I want to say media, that sound very cliche, but I think that a lot of things
social
were
media,
Dallas
Texas TV.
I was gonna say I wasn't gonna mention any names.
I'll do that. I'll be that guy.
Yeah, go ahead and mention the name, Brent.
Yeah, I did that.
Who was it?
I also love that both of our cameras are pointed where our guest was.
Yeah.
But that's fine. But yes, no, they try to paint the picture of this as like this dangerous place.
Yeah, like whenever something bad happens, they just report it. So what people do, they like take a picture, that happened, and then weeks later something else happened. But they're not thinking about all the things that didn't happen. They're just labeling. They just literally
Yeah, because nobody's taking a picture of all the times that people walk out of this place laughing, like, "Oh, that was so good."
Right.
It's like, "Oh, somebody got shot over here at 3 a.m."
Right. Yeah.
Nothing's even
right.
Anything that happens after 2 is bad. Like,
and we're not talking about a mass crazy shooting. We're talking about they got into a fight or whatever, and it happened.
Man. I'm telling you guys, feel safe. It's fine. And actually, Elm Street is, first of all, it's very well lit.
Right.
And they've opened some new cool stuff around here. And man, I've taken several people from out of town to here, and they love it. I've taken my brother Daniel and his buddies. This is back when I was living behind here. This was back in 2016, 2017. Took them here, and they were like, "Dude, this place is sick." They still ask about it.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I was one of those people. I wasn't gonna lie. I was one of the people like, yeah, I'm gonna take a break from going down there because it just starts seeming a little uneasy down there. But like Collin was saying, like they really have made it a point to like make sure that they don't lose grip on this area. There's so much money to be made in this area. You're thinking as a city, you don't want to let this go. So you need to do whatever it takes to keep it going. So I think for me, it's like, there was a time, but I think at that point, it's like, give it a chance, And thing is, Deep Ellum is open all day. It's not one of those things where you got to be out here at 1 p.m. to 1 a.m., 2 a.m. You can be out here at any time. But anywhere you go after 2 a.m., it's going to be a little dicey.
Bro, anywhere you go, and you go to Brooklyn, you go to Manhattan, there's shit that's happening.
This is a big city. I'm sorry. It is a
shit
big
is
city.
happening.
It shit happens.
It's happening.
Yeah.
And that is what a big city is.
It's a big city.
And I'm telling you, man, I've lived here for 9 years again, and people are like, "Oh,
you live here in Deep Ellum."
Yeah.
Like, live here.
And I don't want to leave because there's no other place in Dallas that I could live, that I could walk out of my place and I have three streets full of things to do. Mm-hmm. Now, again, what's weird is that sometimes I get kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
But again, I have that option.
Yeah.
And I'm not scared. I'm not worried about it. I love to watch kind of what happens. There's nothing else. And there's an energy here, and there is a culture here.
Yeah. So
it's probably the only place, really, if you think about it. You're older than I am. Would you say that Deep Ellum is the most cultured portion of the city as far as just shit going on, shit to do?
I mean, Deep Ellum, I look at the Bishop Arts.
That's one. That was going to be my number. That's number two for me.
I look at Bishop Arts. I look at Deep Ellum.
Lower Greenville or lowest Greenville.
Lower Greenville.
It's kind
of drifted. It drifted a little bit. It used to have its own culture, but it kind of like blended in with everything else around.
Yeah, it's kind of got commercialized a little bit.
Yeah, but I think, like I said, Deep Ellum, the Bishop Arts area, I think those areas, even I would say even East Dallas, some of those areas, Lakewood.
Oh yeah.
Those areas, like they have made sure that they like, hey, look, you can bring some other stuff in. We're not saying you can't, but we want to keep.
But this is the core. This is the nucleus.
And you need to be about it.
Yeah.
Or
you need to either fit in.
Yeah.
Or get out.
Yeah.
Because we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe. And I think that's what it is. So, we got more. We got more shot o'clock. We gotta finish the pod.
Man, I haven't seen a shot that I have said no to
this is
in a
yours.
long time. Oh, thank you.
That is on you. And I want to mention. So you're going to be in Switzerland, right?
Well, yeah, I wanted to bring that up when you brought up the Nordic country. Yeah,
Yes.
and that's also why I'm not that sad about Christmas, because the day after, the 26th, as you said earlier, when you're sad on the 25th and 26th, you just wake up and we're going to Switzerland, and
Who you going with?
taking my dad. Me and my brother are taking my dad.
Oh.
They've never been out of the country.
Never been out of the country?
Well,
You're
they've been
taking them
in
to Switzerland.
They've been in Mexico, but
That don't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. That's basically just going down south.
Thank you.
So I use this company called Firebird Tours. I'll come back and give you a full report on how well it went.
Do that.
But it's a 9-day trip. Fly in. We're hitting up 6 different cities. It's all train. It's gonna be pretty epic, man. And we're hitting up a lot of places that are that still have Christmas going on, and they have, again, like I was saying,
Yeah.
they have massive Christmas vibes, and cities that have this whole thing, like things that like would make Highland Parks like lit
Yes.
up
Yeah.
look like nothing.
Look like Tyler.
It's like the real Christmas vibe. I've never really had
Yeah.
it. This is like, I kind of want to have that feeling, and I guess like maybe that was in the back of my mind when you asked me about like, do I feel sad? It's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm about to go do like, what did he call it? What do you call it Thor?
Huh?
Do you call it Santa Thor? When he said they danced around the tree.
He did say Thor.
So yeah, I'm going to see
Yeah.
Thor.
You want to see Thor?
Yeah, I didn't know Thor was Santa.
So now, when y'all go out, are y'all gonna like go like the bars and stuff? Because I mean, your dad is like, he's in it to win it. Are y'all gonna hit some bars and hit up with some
Yeah.
Swedish-
So I made sure to be back in Zurich for New Year's Eve. We're going to this place on the first night.
So what's the accent? What do the girls sound like over there?
I have no idea. I'm
Sure
gonna
you do.
Listen.
What do they sound like?
I'm
Tell
gonna.
me what they sound like right now. If you met a Swedish girl, all right, I'm gonna be you, and you're gonna be the Swedish girl. So I'm gonna be at the bar, right? I'm at the bar. I'm like, yeah, can I get a reposado right there? Thank you very much. Hey, how you doing?
I've been staying at you all night. You are so attractive. What are you from Texas?
Yes, I am from Texas. How did you know that?
Is that German? I don't know what they sound like. The thing is they don't speak English for the most part. I don't know what I'm getting into.
Dutch? What is Swedish?
What does
I have
Switzerland
it's
speak?
What language do they speak in Sweden? Switzerland. Switzerland.
Combination of German, French, and Italian.
There you go. That's why we didn't
Damn,
know.
he fucking nailed it. Cause I
really?
typed it in chat. Typed it in Chat GPT. Said German, French, Italian, and then Romanian. So my accent was actually correct.
I mean, yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to give it to me.
Yep. Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm pumped, man. We're doing planned this out a while back. It's kind of like a little symbolic now because this wasn't the purpose. Me and my brother originally were gonna go to Iceland. There's only a 4-hour window of sunlight.
Oh.
And we were like, I did that before when I did that trip in 2019, and it wasn't cool. It's depressing. We only have 4 hours. So Switzerland's 10, and my dad was like, "Hey man, I'm down." So we went. We said, yeah, he's down. So we're gonna. My brother's mom unfortunately passed away last Thanksgiving. His grandmother passed away in 2020, and then our sister passed away in 2020. So they're taking all their ashes out to dump them in Switzerland.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah, so it's got a. I mean, if you've ever seen pictures and videos of it, it looks like a fantastical type, like a place that doesn't even look real.
Yeah.
So if there is ever a place to do that,
Yeah.
Kind of
That'd
makes
be awesome.
sense.
That'd be
So-
awesome. Now, is that carry on? How does that work?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't have the urine. Is that what it's
Urn.
Urn?
Urn. Urine?
I don't have the urine.
You don't. No, you don't. You shouldn't have the urine.
Why?
Urn.
I mean,
It's an urn.
we all have urine.
What? No, we don't have urns.
Urn.
Urn.
So you got to earn it.
Yes.
You gotta earn your keep.
We're gotta handle it with steel. You know what I mean?
You gotta earn your keep before you just spread it everywhere. So
That's
so
what Billy
yeah,
Kid
so we're
said.
doing this whole thing. We got it's like here, and there's all these train rides, and it's this beautiful. What's been fun is my dad has not been this excited about anything ever.
That's cool.
He's and I'm looking at it like this will be the paramount trip that if he dies
He
tomorrow, I'm just saying if he dies, he will be like
dies.
that.
Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies. And he will. He'll be like that was worth it.
That's cool.
You know what I mean?
Ender. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess to go all the way back around to the Christmas thing,
Yeah.
for me, that's kind of more about what it's about, more than waking up next to. I would love that, but I think it's more like creating a memory that'll last forever. It'll be epic.
So the moral of the story, boys and girls, is being happy is not necessarily connected to a person or a thing. It's the life that you're living. That's what's making you happy. So it doesn't matter if you're single or in a relationship. If you're living the life you want to live, you will reach happiness. Brent is in a stage of happiness right now, which is why he's not gravitating to someone or something, because he is living in a state of happiness right now.
For sure. I would love. Again, you're married,
Right.
and I have. It seems like all my friends, maybe aside from a few, are married or in serious relationships and happy. And again, I love it, but I think I'm at the place of not forcing it. It's more about keeping that good energy and happy and following that, rather than forcing something for the sake of having
Right.
something that will ultimately maybe not make you happy.
Things you're associating what's supposed to be happiness. I gotta have this because that's what's supposed to make me happy. I gotta be with someone
sure.
because that's supposed to make me happy.
I would love a 2-hour present unwrapping extravaganza that is split up by a dinner.
Dinner, yeah.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Yeah. Sex.
For
all
sure.
that, yep.
But I don't think you can force that.
No.
That just happens.
No.
And again, yours just happened, right?
It just happened. Yeah.
For sure.
Think about it.
You followed the happiness.
Happening. Happening just happened.
It just happened.
Happy.
For sure.
We're seeing a correlation there.
I 100% agree.
And when you're happy, your job is to keep the negative Nancys and negative Nelsons out of your life,
For sure.
because that's when
hard
they
to
attack.
That's hard to do too.
That's when they attack.
They will come in and they know.
Fuck your
it's
couch.
Like, it's like Santa. They know when you are sick, but they know when you're happy, and they will try to
Fuck your couch.
fuck and they will try to fuck it all up
Yep.
to bring you back to them.
To their world.
And we almost always fall for it, especially if it is a significant other.
It is a banana in the tailpipe, and we will fall for it.
And I've
And if they got a nice ass.
fell for that. It's the serpent, right?
Yeah.
It's the beauty.
Yep.
You fall for it.
Yep.
But then once you realize, like, whoa, man, the energy was fire over here without you, and it was great, regardless of what was happening. They might think, oh, you're just out there, but it's no. There was just things were flourishing,
Yes.
and even if that means I go home by myself every night, but the energy is high and flourishing.
Yeah.
Give me that versus give me the guaranteed thing that will feel good for a moment,
Yeah.
but then continue to bury me underground.
Yep.
And I think once you get that, then you can be open to
What?
to be happy.
To be happy. Look, man, I am seeing growth right now. I am so proud of you. There's so much growth here.
Man, I think it's because
He's growing up, man.
So
Little Brent is growing
we're
up.
all grows up, and we're all grows up. We
He's
needed
a
that
big
break.
boy now.
We needed that break. We needed that break from February to now.
Yeah.
We needed to collect our thoughts, get ourselves right, get in and out of things that we needed to
Yep.
be in and out of,
Yep.
to come back,
Yep.
do things
The right way.
the right way, the way that we want to do it,
Yep.
in all aspects of life.
All aspects.
And I think that should be the mantra for 2024 is doing things the right way, the way that we want to do it, and not looking back and not letting anyone try to get us to look back.
Right.
No more looking at it like, nope. I might have been that person then.
Yeah.
But we changed.
Yep.
We move forward, and if you have somebody that makes you look back, you got to get out of that, because I'm telling you, when you're looking forward and things are going well, don't question it. Just ride with it, and it continues to go for the waves. The waves fall forward; they don't go backwards.
Yep.
The undercurrent will take you back. They're trying to.
Ooh, you
but
see
they
this
will.
knowledge you're kicking?
Telling you.
These are bars. These are bars. Brent is now dishing bars now. Man, this is gonna
I
be
used to be Carmelo, right? Just I used to just be volume shooting. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were a volume shooter.
I was a volume
Girls
shooter.
told me that. Yeah.
I was a volume shooter.
You shot a
now,
lot.
Now I feel like I'm kind of seeing the court. Like not like Luka. No, I would never.
But you are starting to see things before it happens.
Right.
You're starting to see it before it happens, and you're knowing what moves to make before the move need to be made.
Starting to see, like, is this? I don't know if this is gonna be the right. Maybe it's better off to not and just roll this way. And also, at the same time, at the end of the day, it always will still be your life to live, whatever you want to
Yes.
do. But if you notice that things are continuously not working out for you,
Yes.
there is something to that.
Yes,
And
that's
you
the
just
reason.
find that out, what
Find
that
out.
is. If things are going up for you, ride that, because that is where you should be.
Yeah.
And if sometimes it gets intertwined where something comes back around that now you figured out, okay, this is the culprit, this is out, because we're moving up.
Yeah.
And again, like, you shouldn't feel bad for moving up. Don't feel bad for being happy. Don't feel bad for being successful. Don't feel bad for it.
Feel bad for being happy. Don't
Let it-
feel
let it
bad.
happen.
Let it happen.
Yes.
It's like a podcast name right there.
Let it happen.
Let it happen. Let it happen. And man, 2024 is going to be a fun year for us.
I think so.
It's gonna be
I
a
think
fun
that
year
we
for
can.
us.
I think we're finally picking up where we started before shit got crazy.
Yep.
I think we're finally.
Took us a minute.
It did.
Took us
But
a
again,
minute.
those are good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yep.
It's good. Like
Yep.
it needed to happen. But I think that this is finally that step.
Yep. And that's good news for us, and that's good news for you guys, because we're going to provide some amazing things for 2024. We got a lot of things that we're working on. Brick and Bros has been great. Thank you. I want to thank those guys for letting us hear. Cliff, if you can hear me, thank you so much. Collin, thank you for coming out. Anton, you are the man, bro. We got to do this again. And, man, I am looking forward to what we got in the books coming up in 2020, man. I think 2024 is going to be pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to keep eating and we're going to keep drinking, but this is where we're going to leave off here. Be sure to follow us on I'll Have a Double podcast on Instagram and on Twitter. I Had Podcast on Twitter. And everywhere you find your podcast, we are in the building. Also, we got YouTube. I'll Have a Double on YouTube. And, man, we are going to take this where it should have been before. And
Hey,
now that Brent is now awoken and he is
Awake.
now kicking bars now.
Not woke. I'm
Not
awake.
Awoken.
I know,
I want to say
awake.
woke. We're not saying that word.
It's like kicked. It's the hey, again, 2024 is gonna be great because I think that we are not gonna allow ourselves to be held back. We're gonna go fucking full force.
not being held back.
And we are gonna be what we should have been. We're not gonna look back. We're gonna be what we are now.
Yes. So 2024, don't be held back. There we go. And we will see
Let
you
it happen.
guys next year. We got some stuff coming up in January. We got some stuff to do. I'm going to be in Vail. You're going to be in Switzerland. Hook 'em horns. Hopefully the next time you...
Damn, we didn't even talk about sports.
We didn't get to talk about sports.
The Rangers
That's
won the
fine.
World Series,
But
goddammit.
sports will still be here.
Yeah.
The Mavs will still be playing. Hopefully the Cowboys will still be playing.
They'll still be playing.
Yep. Yeah, they'll still be playing. And then, like I said, the next time you see us, hopefully the Longhorns will be a national champions, and we'll get to that. All of that when we see you guys again. So we will see you guys. I am Juan B.
I'm Brent Crable.
We will see you guys later. Have a great Christmas and
Merry
New
Christmas.
Year, and be excellent to one another. Peace.
Peace. And make sure you catch your kids right. If one's turned around, turn them around.
Eat some macaroni now.